Now when it's done, it will give you the key so you can write it down and put it later, when you boot from the DVD or even also from the USB flash drive. Now let's go to install Windows, the link that it creates, so we can keep going. There you go. Now I have again the three options. I'm just gonna click on next and install now, and then it's gonna show you the EULA, the license agreement, which just click on accept the license terms, and then it's gonna show just one more step before we go through the installation. As you can see, we need to take care of some of the drivers and programs first. The USB 3 extensible host controller drivers. Again, the Windows 8 has that built-in, but Intel has not issued the drivers yet. So let's click on uninstall, and we go through the uninstallation process. I'm gonna get rid of the drivers and so on and so forth. Then click on next. I'm gonna reboot later because I'm gonna still uninstall more drivers. Now let's uninstall the ISD drivers, the tablet Wacom drivers. Again, Windows has built-in drivers already. However, Wacom has not issued updated drivers besides the one in October. Though this might change soon, I don't know. Once it's done, just click on restart later. I'm gonna keep on installing. Now we have Rapid Boot Shield, which is a program to make Windows 7 boot faster. However, Windows 8 has an hibernation type of shutdown and startup for Windows 8, so it boots faster. You can turn that off. It's not really necessary. Now once it's done, just click on restart later. Now we go through the Bluetooth software, in case you have the Bluetooth in your laptop. Uninstall it again. Lenovo, as you saw, already has the drivers up in their support website, so we can download them for later. It would be a good advice, that you take note of what you need to reinstall later. You might not remember because it takes a while. Now once it's done, the only thing left is to restart the computer. Now once it's rebooted, you can click on install Windows. The window will open, and we can continue from where we left off, or we can start again. In this case, we're gonna continue. We have everything uninstalled that we need to uninstall, and then we just click on next, and then it will just tell us install Windows 8 Pro, and we're gonna keep the settings just to make sure that we have the right selection. And once we go through the process, the installation is very straightforward. Just follow the instructions, read what you want, and just pick it. Now I'm gonna click on install. The computer will reboot several times. Now Windows 8 just installed. As you can see, we still have to personalize it. So let's go to the desktop and let's find out what is working based on Microsoft and what is not working. So let's go to the device manager, right click on computer, click on properties, and you see device manager on top. That's one of the many different ways you can go there. Device manager will tell us what is working and what is not working. Then we have everything seems to be right before that, besides that unknown device. Audio inputs is right, the battery is working normal. It's interesting that the Lenovo power management software is working. If you uninstall it, however, you cannot reinstall it again because it was designed for Windows 7, and Windows 8 will not allow you to do that. You can see here the USB 3 extensible host controllers from Microsoft. Again, Intel has not issued the drivers as of February, but hopefully that will change. Still, the ones from Microsoft seem to work, not as fast as the USB 3 can work, but it works, kinda. Now let's go to the unknown device. We can look at the properties. It's unknown, and we can try to look up for the drivers, but I have not been able to find them. And I have installed Windows 8 from 0, and I have not been able to find it either. So this is the camera. Like I told you, it doesn't detect the camera, so we need to download the drivers for that. Now let's go to the Lenovo support website and look for the tablet drivers. As you remember earlier, we had to uninstall some drivers so Windows 8 could go through the installation because they were not supported, and also some programs that we had to uninstall. So you just click on the drivers for the ThinkPad, the x230 tablet. I always look for them. Now in this case, let's go to the operating system. Let's pick Windows 8, and let's look through the categories, and let's download the camera driver. There you have him. You can just download it. It's very important, and I would suggest that you create a folder with the newer drivers, because if you download a lot, you can get lost. And it's also important that you name the driver. Just don't leave the name of the file. Rename it so you can know what are you actually installing, because G1C blah 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 will not give you an indication that that is the camera driver. So there it is. Now we are going to install it, because remember, it was not working. So let's install the camera driver software. Just click on next. It will actually unzip or unpack the installer for the actual drivers. There it is. Install the camera driver now. Should go pretty straightforward. Just click on next and install, and that's it. And installing drivers will, usually you will have to reboot the computer. So now the camera is installed, and we'll just check it quickly. There it is. The first time we will ask you if you want the microphone to be working also. You can either click on allow or block, but it's up to you. Here are some camera options. The resolution, there's not that much that you can choose anyway, so that's it. Now, if you want to install the Intel drivers, you need to go to this website from pluggable.com. It will give you instructions on how to modify a couple files, the inf files that Windows needs to read in order to install the drivers. However, I tried it, and after I would install the Intel drivers, the computer did not detect anything from the USB ports. I installed it a couple times. I used 2 different versions, cannot get it to work. So I mean, if you can make it work, please let us know in the comments. Let me know so I can post an update. And however, yeah, it did not work for me. Now, if you're planning to use the wireless display, or if you want to have the drivers in your computer, you can go to the support website and look up for the wireless display drivers. Lenovo already issued them, so you can make it work. Always remember, when you download the files, to name it so you actually know what is the driver. And always remember, put it in a separate folder where you know that those are going to be the drivers in case you need to reinstall it, or if you need to reinstall Windows. If anything happens, they are there. Now, these drivers will enable to transfer wirelessly the picture, to a TV. However, you need to remember that you need a specific router for that. It doesn't work with any router. It's a very specific technology, and you need to gear up for that in case you're gonna use it. Now let's go through the process of Windows Update. So first of all, you hover your mouse, to the top right corner of the screen, and a search, and then the charms bar will appear. Then you click on search, write down Windows Update, and then it will take you, right there to Windows Update. Now it is important, when you check the updates, look what are the updates and click on choose important updates to install. So you go to another window, and as you can see, you have important updates, but also you have optional updates. And those optional updates are going to be the the update for the drivers, and anything that the system that might benefit the system. So in this case is the display. I don't really know what's that, but you can also download it from Lenovo. It's on their support website. So let's install the drivers. We'll click on install, and we'll download everything that was picked. Also, something very important is that remember that this Windows was just installed, and when it does update, it's also going to do the validation process. So remember, that's why it's important to always install the driver first, then do the updates. Now let's install the Bluetooth driver. We're gonna download it, and then after it's done, well, let's see. Then we unzip or decompress the driver package, and then the Bluetooth installer is gonna appear. Now here is the installer. Just click on agree and install the software if you have the Bluetooth option. I have not tried it. We don't need the Windows one. I prefer to install the ThinkPad package. However, I guess it should work. Now, as you can see, we have everything installed, but the unknown device, biometric devices, it works. The software actually went through the upgrade process, and you can still use it if you have it. If you have that option. Display drivers, the human interfaces, the controllers, everything should be fine. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know. Post them on the comment section. Thank you.